family we grow up in, our family of origin, is a place that very much influences the way we see and experience life. As children, we are exposed to a very strong field in which we are still very open and sensitive to simply receiving whatever comes towards us. Children take in their environment, especially through their parents, the beliefs, the values, the manners, the behaviors. And what children do in families is they make sure there is a certain balance in the family. And that balance is a balance of love on one side, and the other balance is, of course, to balance the family so that it stays together. What children will do very intuitively is to take on roles in the family in order to keep the family together. So, just to give an example, if the father is not so much functioning in the family and there is a boy in the family, then usually that boy will take on roles of a father, opposite the mother, or maybe even opposite his siblings. In that moment, he actually leaves his role as a child and takes on the role of an adult. Naturally, children are supposed to receive from their parents, and parents are supposed to give. And this is the natural order. When we become adults, it changes. In couple relationships, which I will talk about later in a different video, we are actually giving and receiving in a balanced way. In families, children are supposed to receive only and give in later stages of life. This balance of giving and receiving is very often broken simply because also parents carry certain burdens from the past. This is why there is a very common understanding in psychology that at the age of 7, 80% of our character and personality has actually been shaped, and only 20% is added on in later stages of life. So essentially what we lose in those early years of our lives is that sense of self, or are those very natural qualities that we were born with. And later in life it usually takes quite an effort to separate between that personality or persona. In Greek, persona means mask, that mask that we carry, and who we really are. So essentially the role of children in their families is to receive a stimulating, nourishing and safe environment to grow and experience. And those who are supposed to give are the parents. But because parents are also carrying a certain load from the past, it is not always easy and apparent to differentiate between that adult part in parents and that child part. And so what happens many times is that parents also want to receive from their children, and then this balance is actually broken between giving and receiving between children and their parents. And out of love to their parents, children will also want to give. And this is where the roles come in, and we take on roles as children, and these roles are of course also roles that we play out in our lives later.